Hey everyone, welcome back to more Deck of Haunts. I'm Disturbing Puppets. We are continuing with my current haunted house. We do have our Krampus running around as well as our other critters, but Krampus's workshop over here where we take body parts and turn them into presents. Well, Krampus takes body parts, bodies, and turns them into body part presents. Something like that. So we are in the build phase. At the point where we're at, we're on day 21. We're getting pretty far in. We do have some nice loops as far as the house goes, but I feel like things are probably going to ramp up in difficulty quite a bit here, and we're probably going to die. Anyway, so I do have some options in the buildings. We could add another room kind of out on the edge. We could also do one out here, and we could maybe even then connect a separate way, so there would be another loop out here. I kind of like that idea. We have added just some random rooms around just to make things more difficult. So that's a kitchen. So I do love the Christmas decorations are very nice. We've got these nice Christmas trees around. In addition to all the spooky decor, it's very, very nice, very thematic. Yeah, let's see if I add one here. Because we could add then another building that would just connect to these two later, and it would be another loop. Kind of a weird looking loop, but it would be another loop. We do have a nice series of loops. We've got the entrance area now separated from the rest of the house. We've got to go all the way around, but some people do come in and just go straight for the heart room. Others do come in at random places, but let's enjoy some of the Christmas ambiance here. Yes, look at our little snowman. How nice. All right, let's go ahead and end the building phase and get on in. Like I said, things are probably going to get a lot harder. A lot of people all at once. Okay, that's a bit of a problem. So, you have the Holy Book, but you did start by yourself, right? So we can actually wreck you up. I might want to focus on killing you. Smudge stick, creatures avoid this room. Interesting. Where are you at? Okay, you're out in the pumpkin patch, but you don't have anything special going on, really. And the rest are all in there. You're a bleeder. Lowers tension. Okay. Yeah, I feel like we might want to deal with you first. Because you are by yourself, so since you are alone, we can hurt you and do sanity damage to you. I think that's what we want to do. Let's just draw something. Okay, we do have options. We could ramp up tension, do some damage and sanity loss. Maybe we'll do that. So we'll discard that one and that one. We could do a decent amount of damage. Do 3 damage and 12 sanity loss. I mean, I think that's worth it rather than just the 2. Yeah, let's do that. Okay, yeah, it shifted him over. It always confuses me when they suddenly shift like that. I was like, wait a minute, this guy's at full health. No, it just moved him over because it's by sanity. I wish it would just stay the order. There's no way we could organize by sanity or health or tension. That's it. So, fine. These guys do randomly go into other rooms. Hopefully they will split up a bit. I hope that you will stay by yourself over here, though, buddy. Because I think you are my main target. Tolls for me. Oh, you went in the room with our horrible monster. So we have a crazy vampire over here who just floats around. Yeah. Not looking too happy over there, are you, buddy? Jason is super freaked out. Jason. Oh, he went into Krampus's workshop. He's got Krampus, we got a ghost in there. Like, nothing is good in that spot. So we could do a lot of sanity loss, if we had any sanity loss. I think it'll just move if we do this. I do like getting this active. I don't have any sanity cost, though, unfortunately. Okay, let's get the damage going as well. So the multiplier for tension also affects damage. So I could just kill this guy, and since Krampus is there, like, you're by yourself, right? No one else is in that room. Krampus will just process him at a presence, right? Oh, no, it's not going to be enough. We don't have a 3 damage. We've got a 2. Okay. Krampus did do some damage. Is it worth doing some damage to you? I don't know. Because I'm kind of confused sometimes about, like, people can move. Sometimes they can, sometimes they can't. Okay, so he did move. Let's keep an eye on Father Magruder here and see what happens. Father Magruder is making progress, but our little vampire is following him. So we can trap, do some damage, move somebody, damage and block. I do like getting the trap active, like, near the way out here. Let's get that set up right there. So anybody going in here is going to take a whole bunch of extra tension. Father Magruder is unfortunately looking pretty healthy. We've got a bunch of guys over here. We could just trap these guys and just do some damage. I feel like that is not an awful thing to do. So they're stuck. I don't think there's anybody adjacent. So these guys aren't adjacent. They're a little too far away. We do have some people here, so adjacent. So we could do some damage and then do some sanity loss. So Jason's there. This is who? Not much in the way of sanity. Okay, let's just hurt you some more, and then she'll take some sanity loss. Because Krampus is still hanging out over here, causing problems, as well as our ghost. Yeah, they're sort of lost, going the wrong directions. That's fine, being chased down. Krampus is smacking them around. Oh, Father Magruder. Yep, he's got company, but it's a vampire. Let's draw. Unfortunately, I don't have the tension up that high. We can't get the tension up. I can't get it to max to be able to use this, which is unfortunate. Nobody's at max, so there's no point really doing this. I can get up 1, so it's not going to be enough. Alright, Father Magruder. Have some tension. We'll get rid of my Gravetender Ghoul for the moment. Although I like having him running around, causing problems. So we can do 60, and then let's do a couple more. If he's with other people, I can't really do anything to him, so definitely want to keep these people separate. He is getting smacked around a bit. Yeah, that's a bit risky. We do have this. We could do a lot of damage to somebody, but if somebody dies, then everyone just bails and runs out. So if they're further in the house, maybe. But for the moment, no. Jason is just kind of in there with Krampus. Where did your... Oh, the other person went way over there. Okay. So yeah, you're kind of isolated. We could just kill you. Yeah, let's just murder Jason. Sorry, buddy. He's instantly turned into presence. I'll take the action points. That's what Krampus does to the dead. So, I could try to get tension up. But I'm worried that if he moves, he'll move into the room with all these other people. So that's why I'm not super happy about that necessarily. So let's just do some sanity loss to you to get you down. We do have a big group here. It's really tempting to do some damage to somebody. So it's 4 for every other human. So these 3 are all in there. So we could do 8 damage to somebody. This guy's a bleeder as well. Let's go ahead and do that. Robert, take some damage, and you can bleed a bit. Just softening them up different ways so we could maybe do something to kill them off. Do I want to drive anybody anywhere? We could just trap someplace. So we got this one trapped. We could trap somewhere else too. Since they're close, maybe we trap that room. So the well here. Let's do that. Okay, so he went in there, but they all went in as well. So they're all super freaked out. Excellent. And I can do additional damage. What's the deal? What's going on here? Lowers max tension. So they're actually all at just 2 there. They're not actually maxed. That's too bad. Okay, I'm going to take Father Magruder down to being bonkers, just in 1 hit. Robert here. I mean, we could do something. It's too bad we can't get a lot of tension use because of the flashlight. So how about we move you out of there? Where did you go? Oh, you're over there. Okay, fine. So Tony and Robert. Robert is not affected really at all. He's totally fine, apparently. Yeah, there isn't a lot, or just mainly damage. I don't have a lot of sanity loss I can really do. We can move somebody else if we wanted to, but it's not that big a deal. Robert's... Maybe we just do some damage? This doesn't go away, so... Yeah, just do like 3 damage. Oh, it's gotta be solo. Never mind. Fine, take a couple damage. Okay, tension just massively went up there. We've got Krampus and the Ghost in there as well, but they are getting close, so we don't really like that. Someone is escaping. What? Who's escaping? Did Krampus kill somebody? Yeah, Krampus killed Robert in there, so somebody, Tony, must be freaking out. Yeah, so Tony's freaking out and heading out. Alright, we'll take our present. Tony. Sorry to hear that. Alice is suitably weirded out. I could do a lot of damage to her. So let's do that. Tony, though. Let's try to increase tension. Okay. So he's headed out that way. But he's adjacent. Alright, let's just hit you for a bunch of sanity. Hit you for some more sanity. Okay, he's in a Krampus's workshop there with someone. Kim. Kim and Tony hanging out together, alright. Alice is kind of way back there. Creatures avoid this room, huh? Okay, let's go tension increase. Get rid of that. Sure, get rid of those. So, I could kill Tony, but then Kim would be freaking out because there's a dead body there. Or we can drive him insane. Let's drive him insane. That doesn't cause her to freak out immediately. So I think that is the appropriate call. She walked in the room with Krampus. Krampus just immediately bailed and is going to go beat on someone who's being driven insane. So yes, it's the smudge stick. I don't know what a smudge stick is, but apparently it keeps creatures away. You are maximum freaked out. So I feel like let's just do a bunch of sanity damage to you. Alice is a little freaked out. Let's drop our zombie buddy over here between her and the way towards the heart of the house. Yep, she walked right on in. So she's got the crawling dude from the well, our zombie dude, and our ghost are all on her. She is almost dead. You are very freaked out, so let's just drive you insane. And then we can easily just kill her. So, I mean, why not? How do we do? 4 killed, 3 insane. That's probably the most kills I've ever done in a night, actually. I try to drive people insane, typically. What do we got? Occupied room, 2 damage to random human. Return this if it costs, and it costs 1 more. Anyone, 3 damage. This turn I'll drain, affects damage instead. Got the solo human, guttural pain thing we've seen before. Sewing room. What's the sewing room? Has a chance to apply the bleeder trait to humans who enter. That's interesting. It's better than nothing. Sure, I'll take that. I don't really think the cards are that great. So we have a special room. We've got the crematorium. We've got the well. We have the nursery, which freaks people out anyway. The thorn room. The bell tower. Krampus's room. So I think if we're going to put that, we'll put it somewhere over here, one of these two, the guest room or the kitchen. We can just turn into the sewing room. So let's do it there. I have not seen the sewing room before. Apparently you go in here and sharp stuff cuts you all over the place. Very nice. Alright, we do have quite a bit, so we could just get this loop done, I think. So that's what a kitchen and a living room. So we need the guest room. It is rather pricey. So now we've got just kind of another little loop out here, potentially. Like having just kind of the random offshoots, but the loops I think are the best. That's about all I can do. Haven't really used the pumpkin patch. Play cards there, and then when someone walks in, they get hit with all the cards. It seems like I'm focusing more on like getting people out rather than just trapping a room that's sort of just off to the side. It is cool looking, though. I do like the pumpkin patch. I like the sound effects. If you zoom into the rooms, a lot of them do have special sound effects. So the creepy laughing there from the pumpkins. Got the sleigh bells and elves in Krampus's room. The bell tower, nothing really. The nursery has the creepy kid laugh. Nothing in the well, apparently. Crematorium, is that? Yeah, some crying. Always love to hear some ghostly crying. Yeah, I think we're good on that. The heralding hours. Stonemasons seek to expunge this evil. Never trust the secret ways of the stonemasons. Their cornerstone construction are of the soil. Yet the enemy of our enemy is our friend, and who needs friends with enemies like these? Their rituals pose a threat to anything built upon this earth. Moving swifter than nearly any human, they can excise rooted magic and will stand firm against threats and the sight of death. Be brave, my temporary allies, but leave us soon. We'll start a ritual to damage the heart when in the heart room. Not great. Can move an additional room each turn. That's really hard to deal with. Will not flee after seeing a corpse. So we're free to kill people in this one. So there might be some people who have that trait, others who don't. So initially here we have the father, who's a pathfinder, entered a random place, And then we have 2 Masons. One came in the front. The other one came in out here on the edge. Okay. So because you've got the Holy Book, I actually feel like you're the bigger threat than these guys. Because they don't necessarily go straight to the heart. They just move more rooms. So that's not as big of a deal as this guy who's, if he's not alone, he's impossible to kill or drive insane or anything. So I feel like the father is probably our main target initially. I might be making a bad choice with that, but I feel like that's the way we go. You are in the mask room, but it doesn't seem like it's affecting you on the first turn, which is interesting. So the mask room should get rid of any of his abilities anyway. So he shouldn't be affected by that. It's probably just the first turn, would be my guess. No increase in tension. These guys are also hard to freak out. They've only got 2 spots for tension rather than 3. So that's not even listed as a skill, but they do have that as well. Okay. What are we going to do? I've got some damage or some sanity loss. I can do 5 damage. We can do 5 sanity loss, but I can't do both. This doesn't work because no other people around. You've got a lot of sanity, though, dude. Alright, let's just do what I can for sanity. Just knock the sanity down. Then. You're just as far, pretty much. I'm just going to do some damage to you. Let's keep an eye on the father. More people are probably going to be coming in. Okay, we have a whole slew of them now. What just happened? Something just happened. Probably one of my critters doing something. So we have another father. Oh no, yeah, we have another father who's in the entrance. So I can't do anything to you. I can do stuff to you because you're by yourself. Let's draw a card. Yeah, let's get the Manifest Fears going. We could keep everybody stuck. So like everyone who's in this front area, but that's only 3, so it's not super useful. It does break everything up though. Just slow them. Alright, let's do that. We'll just stick all those guys, so they're just going to be stuck in that room. They can't leave it. Just so people stay basically isolated. So you're heading out here. Ghost comes in. Krampus is somewhere. Where is Krampus? Krampus, my Krampus. Okay, so somebody over there. Who even is that? We had another Pathfinder. So you just showed up in a room with Krampus, so not a great idea. So you are a little freaked out. I can make you more freaked out. Don't have sanity loss, though. I think we trap a room. You are advancing awfully quick here. Yeah, let's trap this room. So if you do go that way, I can hit you with a lot of tension. And I'm even going to put... Let's put the ghoul in there, too. I'm curious if he's just going to go right in there. Yep. Take some tension. Zombie did follow him in. He's going right for the heart here. That's a problem. That's you, right? Yes. You are hurt. I kind of have to shift focus now and deal with you, unfortunately. Yeah, I'm not a fan of this whole situation. Or hurt. He doesn't have the ability that makes it so he goes straight for the heart room, so there's a 50-50 shot if I make him move that he'll move the opposite way. How about I move you? Okay, let's move you back into the nursery. Gets you nice and freaked out. Let's do some damage and sanity. And then there's nobody else around, so hitting you to do damage doesn't really help. Where are you at now? There are people adjacent. We could hurt this guy and then make everyone else go a little crazy with the guttural pain. So yeah, let's do that. So we took a big chunk of damage, but we did some sanity damage to like everybody who's in here. And there's a lot of people in there, and Krampus is in there too, having fun. He's running around, chasing him with a switch, you know, all that Krampus-y kind of stuff. So, see what this guy does. He might just go straight into the heart. Nope, okay, he's moving around. And then came back in. My zombie's in there. We've got a lot of them kind of hanging out in this area. Our slider's getting a bit out of control. No one's maxed out on tension, but if we could get some extra action points. Where are you? Okay, you are by yourself. By the way, I can't drive you crazy. And actually, I can't even play this here, because I think it'll be... It just will store it for the next person who comes in. So, I think we target you then. So let's make this room colder. So you're now maxed out. So we'll hit you for the big sanity loss. Down to 2 sanity, but I can't finish you off. I could move this guy somewhere random. I think that's worth doing. So that's you. So you go somewhere else, just to make it take longer for you to get anywhere. Trap this room again. Why is it not counting as empty? I guess because the guy was in there to start the turn, we can't do it. Okay, maybe we'll just do some damage then. I could trap this room for sure. But I could also knock this guy down to like only 4 health. Let's trap this room and just do some damage to him to get him down to 6. We could maybe kill him if we want to. Priests are still a problem. This other priest... Okay, you're over there. It's getting more difficult for sure. Bunch of them wandering into that room. Don't like that. And into the next one. A whole bunch of tension on them. Okay, you have somebody with you. Oh, great. 2 priests hanging out together. Yeah, this whole mess is definitely a bit of an issue. So that's you, you. You. I mean, you're the least sane, but you're also not freaked out at all. Since you're the most freaked out, I don't think this would count because he only has the maximum there. Let's go ahead and do this on... Well, I don't know, is that going to work? Because he's with somebody else. Do I get the extra action? Okay, I did get the extra action. It didn't do anything, but I did get the extra action from it. So I think it's kind of worthwhile. You... We could kill you, but you're not really a problem at the moment. Oh, it's a solo human, right. Fine, we'll kill him. Which might be a problem. Yeah, the sanity hits just aren't big enough. I could move one of them out. Since you're in there, maybe we try to get you out of that room. So get you to go there. Which freaks him out. Should have saved the card, I could have maybe driven him insane. Just gonna have to do what I can as far as sanity losses. Yeah, I don't like any of these. We got a bunch of them are gonna make it in. So 3 getting in there. 4 he even gets in because they move extra, so I immediately take damage. Now they're gonna start a ritual. I need to kill them or get them out. I can do a bunch of damage with this to one of them. So there are... Is it 3? I thought 4 went in there. 1, 2, 3. So we can do 8 damage to someone times the multiplier. 8 times 3, we can kill somebody with this. So let's kill whoever has the most health, I guess. Whoever's in the room. These guys have some sanity loss, this guy doesn't, so let's just murder him. Can drive one of them insane, for sure. There's nobody in this room. Yeah, no great options. Alright, let's do this and just drive you bonkers. God, they're all getting in there. Oh, that's it. A good run, though. Well, that's pretty cool. You died. I did unlock a lot of stuff there, so I got a lot of cards and things going through. But yeah, it's kind of fun playing around. I definitely like the Krampus effect. I do feel like the runs of this do take quite a while to get through, and we did make it pretty far. I think it's 28 days to finish. We got to, was it day 22, I think? It definitely ramps up really, really hard as you go. I feel like playing it at the easy setting until you can win, and then moving up to medium or normal is probably the best way to go. But yeah, we've unlocked most of the cards and rooms, but there's still a lot left to unlock just getting more experience by making runs. Definitely kind of a fun little weird game. This has been Deck of Haunts with the current Krampus seasonal thing going on, which I really, really like, actually. I like having Krampus running around. I like having a lot of creatures. There is a giant spider, too, and I hate spiders, so the idea of a giant spider running around a haunted house sounds pretty awful to me. Haven't seen that yet. It could be in something I haven't unlocked yet, though. But this has been Deck of Haunts. I've been Disturbing Puppet. Thanks for coming by. Hopefully I'll see you next time. Until then, have a good one.